Romans 31:8 commands us to speak for those who cannot speak for themselves. Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Connie Reguli. I am an attorney in this community and have practiced law throughout the state of Tennessee for 20 years, and I am a mom. In 2008, my teenage daughter did one of the scariest things a child can do. She met a man online and ran away. I quickly found that I could get no help from the police in locating my daughter unless I filed a runaway petition in juvenile court, and I did. The biggest mistake of my life. Over the course of the next 3 months, I would find my family bound with orders and demands from Judge Guffee, who was then the magistrate, that would ultimately damage my daughter psychologically and have a long-term effect on my family. My daughter returned home, and I focused on reintegrating her into normal life. When my daughter answered the cell phone laying on a bedside table, she was quickly told by one of Judge Guffey's employees she had violated a court order, so the police would be coming to the house to arrest her. I then received a phone call that my daughter would be restrained in zip ties and taken to jail and would not even be able to talk to her for 24 hours. Judge Guffee forced me to bring my other 2 children to court where there had been no allegations of abuse and threatened to put them in foster care. Now, let me assure you, my daughter was not a criminal. She did not use drugs. She did not steal. She did not disobey school rules. She did not fight. She did not abuse animals. She was not a criminal. And yet, under the instruction of Judge Guffee, law enforcement treated her like a criminal, causing great distress and leaving her with post-traumatic stress that still affects her today. It was only after Judge Guffee had left the case that I was able to get a full hearing and unravel what had occurred, the madness that had occurred to my family. After this was all over, I was willing to write it off as some kind of a personal conflict and said, well, maybe she doesn't like me and my life will go on. However, after Judge Guffee became the judge in 2013, I was repeatedly approached by families who told me equally horrifying stories. When I was told about the assaults taken against him in the courtroom, I said, well, this will be easy to resolve. We'll get the courtroom videos and we can see what happened. However, Judge Guffee had entered her own local rule that prohibited the clerk from releasing courtroom videos without her permission. And of course, when the parents requested them, she denied it. Instead of modifying that rule, the taxpayers of Williamson County paid for the county attorney to fight that all the way to the Court of Appeals. In all the juvenile courts I have worked in Tennessee, Williamson County Juvenile Court is the only one that has refused to produce courtroom videos. Williamson County is a community of prosperity and growth, and yet the operation of our juvenile court and our public schools is shameful. As commissioners, you control the checkbook and you can force change in these venues. You are now going to hear others tell their stories and share the destruction in their lives that occurred in this courtroom. I implore you to put this knowledge to action and make the county one that strives to support family development as much as it does economic development.